Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the match reaction for how we got away with it. I don't know. Bayern München 3, say Pauli 1. I have to say, first off, say Pauli, unlucky to them. And I say unlucky to them even though they choked it, because at the end of the day, they worked their hearts off. They worked very hard for the draw and they couldn't get the draw in the end. You know what I mean? They worked their socks off, as well, I'm about to say, but whatever. Listen, guys, let's be honest. We are very lucky to be getting the win. But before we talk about it, guys, you know exactly what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bells for future content notifications, like, comment your way, go check socials. Inshallah, you're good wherever you are. Now, I want to get to the nitty gritty because I ain't got much time before Borussia Dortmund play Leverkusen, so I'm recording right before that. Listen, let's be objective. This was not good enough. Not good enough whatsoever. We pulled up to this game lacking confidence, lacking hunger. Everything that you would want, we lacked that first half. Utterly poor. Yeah. Only later on in the first half is where we started to want to get anything out of the the game, and we got it. And that was the goal by Rafael Guerreiro, which made it 1-1. Yeah. Which, by the way, fair play to Diaz, because he went down and he could have just sat there and cried. No, he kicked the ball towards Guerreiro's path and Guerreiro scored, lying, cheating, and stealing their lead. Great. Fantastic. But I need to talk about the goal that we conceded as well. Like Leimer and Kimmich. Oh my. So Leimer, first of all, listen, I get it. We usually pass quickly in tight spaces, and we try to get things going. So he does that. And Kimmich, he takes too long on the ball, and there's like 3 guys, I believe, marking him. He loses the ball. This brother, what's his name? Tunji. I hope I don't mispronounce his name. He goes through on goal, and he makes his body bigger than Kim Min-jae's, if that makes sense. He barges him off while he still has the ball, and he scores near post. 1-0. 1-0. I want to understand, why do we take forever on the ball there? Why did Kimmich take too long on the ball there? That's something I want to know. Like, you're getting marked. Release if you have to pass the ball back, do it. And maybe Leimer passes back to the keeper somehow. Who knows? Like, that was so inexcusable, bro. Inexcusable. And Kim Min-jae should be doing better, trying to keep up with his man. Again, he doesn't position himself very well. So by then, this brother just barges him off. It's that simple. It's really that simple. You know what I mean? But anyway, everybody was lethargic. Yeah, you had the likes of Carl doing something. You know what I mean? That's about it, really. You had Kane, maybe he gave one ball to Diaz, and Diaz made a run. To be fair, Diaz tried here and there, but, I mean, did he really do what I was really expecting of the brother? I feel like there were times in which he could have tried to get past his man, and he didn't. But he did try, so whatever. It is what it is. In terms of the work rate, he drops back, wins the ball, blah, 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 blah. He did do better second half, to be fair. It was the first half in which I'm like, could have done more. You know what I mean? I don't know. In general, the whole team just looked lackluster. Like, I didn't think Jonathan Tah done much wrong. I didn't think, who else from the guys that started? Leimer, I thought, was poor. Neuer didn't have much to do, to be fair. Kim Min-jae, to be fair, he got better as the game gone on. I can't even lie to you guys. But that goal, he annoyed me. Bischoff, I mean, listen. Bischoff was okay, nothing special. Could have gotten better out of him. Kimmich, first half wasn't great. Second half stepped up. I say stepped up. I mean stepped up for Diaz's last minute goal, and I'll get to that. Pavlovic, again, he was shook again, but second half stepped up. Guerreiro, absolutely anonymous until the goal. But fair play, he got the goal. I actually thought when he moved to right, was the right back, he actually looked better. He actually looked better there. You know what I mean? Believe it or not. Carl, our bright spark. Diaz, okay. Kane, I'm sorry. Uttering, shattering, stinker, and hooked. Poor. Absolutely poor. Where was he? Anonymous again. Again. 100 mil for that. Last game, I didn't think he was the worst player against Arsenal. I didn't think he was the worst player, believe it or not. Because he did try a little bit here and there. This game, oh my God. Other than the fact that he hit the post, what did he really do? And by the way, this is another thing that bothers me with Harry Kane. There was an opportunity second half that we could have scored earlier. Diaz, I think he received the ball off Pavlovic. What a ball, by the way. And Diaz puts it across. Open net. Where's Harry Kane to receive that? Where's Harry Kane to be receiving that? And can anyone tell me where's Harry Kane to be receiving that? I don't mind him dropping deep. I really don't. At the same time, though, like, at some point, you have to be in that box. You just have to. I'm sorry. Call a spade a spade. You have to be in the box. And he's not in the box enough. And this is the game where you could say he needs to be in the box a bit more. You know, and he's been doing this for the past few games. And some people are starting to notice. We didn't see this much of Harry Kane in the start of the season. Why are we thinking now? Kane needs to find himself, I'll be so honest. And I think he needs to be more imposing. He needs to be more imposing. Like he was at the start. This is not the Harry Kane I know of the season. To say how it is. Say it how it is. Yeah? I've just addressed every single starter. Let's talk about the bench, the substitutions. Olise, I thought Olise made a little bit of a difference when he come on. He had good ideas. Unfortunately, though, Guerreiro gone off. Yeah, like 20 minutes later, and Stanley came on. And when Stanley came on, oh my company, that was a bad substitution. You were better off keeping Guerreiro. I have to be honest. The way the game was going, you were better off keeping Guerreiro. Because at least Guerreiro going forward, you could have done more with Olise. Instead, you had Stanisic, and he was moving like a donkey every time. And this is why a lot of us like Limer playing next to Olise, because Limer understands Olise, innit? But this Stanisic brother does not understand him one bit. One bit does he not get him. Against Arsenal, didn't understand him one bit. Yeah, which is why Olise eventually switched to the left. Yeah, at one point. Then you get this. Stanley was shit. He was shit when he come off the bench. Gnabry, to be fair, I will say when Gnabry come on, I was not the biggest fan of the substitution. Actually, to be fair, I was actually okay with the substitution, actually. I take it back. I remember saying the watch, I actually was more okay with it today than I was against Arsenal. Against Arsenal made zero sense to me. Because against Arsenal, you were better off Gnabry going off for, who was it that come on? Guerreiro, wasn't it? In this case, Gnabry come on for Carl. It made more sense to sub him off because you can keep him resting for the game against Union Berlin on Wednesday in the DFB Pokal. So I understood that, to be fair. And he did put the pressure on for the third goal that Jackson scored, which initially I actually thought was offside. But that Smith brother actually had the final touch of the ball before Jackson got it. So it ended up being a goal. Fair play to the linesman. I did not think that I was initially off until I saw the replay. So, yeah, that's that. And to be honest, we only got that because they were desperate for a goal. And, yeah, we just put the pressure on that last man. There you go. You know what I mean? But you know what? I do have to say, though, fair play to Diaz for getting that goal. And fair play to Kimmich for that ball. Yeah, because that ball that Kimmich gave, that is a moment of brilliance that people like to talk about. Yeah? So fair play to Joshua Kimmich. And that's why I give him credit for second half, just by that alone. That alone. You know, and he was actually doing that a bit more often in the second half. And I like when I see Kimmich being direct, you know? So the fact that he was direct and we got the goal out of it, happy days. Happy day. But I wish Harry Kane was in Diaz's position, you know, and then that helped in the whole Jackson goal happening. You get me? Goretzka coming on center back, I didn't get it. I didn't get it because as I said earlier, I think Kim and Jay grew into the game. You know what I mean? And then Jackson coming on, believe it or not, I didn't mind him starting in the preview. If you guys seen it, because I wanted who was it? I wanted somebody to rest, didn't it? I wanted Ulisse to rest, and who did I have to? I had Carl starting, and I had Nabry starting, and then I had Diaz starting. So I didn't have Kane starting neither. I mean, to be fair, he may as well not have started. He played shit today. You know what? Today it's fair to say he was one of our worst players. If not the worst player on the pitch. Honestly, god awful. Harry Kane, fix the fuck up. I'll be so real. So yeah, and Jackson scored in the end. So yeah, that's the players really. You know what I mean? And that's my thoughts on the game. I just, to be honest, yes, I mentioned a few players that's done, better second half, kind of. Some players, not a lot, But just like at the same time, we're not really taking advantage of anything that is being created. You know what I mean? That's what's jarring. Like, I get it. In the first half, you have Carl hitting the post. You have Bischoff, by the way. I didn't even mention he hit the post. Yeah, Bischoff, to be fair, look, he was okay in it. And he had that one chance in which he hit the post. It deflected off a defender and hit the woodwork, And then you have another one with Harry Kane. And that one, Harry Kane has to score, man. That one, Harry Kane, no question asked, has to score. That is one of those that's not unlucky because it's right in front of you, bro. Yeah, it's a bit of a tight angle, but it's right in front of you, bro. At least with Carl, he's like taking a finesse shot, whether it's like around the edge of the area or like in like slightly, I don't even know. It's like around the area, yeah. Or you have same with Bischoff on the other side, but again, around the edge of the area. With Harry Kane, though, it was right in front of you, man. It's just we got away with it. We're lucky to be getting away with it. Hell, there was a few times in which these brothers could have gone through, like that Cisse brother, but their decision making was off. And again, like I told, that's Shea Pauli for you. When they go in transition, usually their decision making is very poor. So we got away with that one. You know what I mean? And by the way, speedy recovery to that brother who scored for them, Hutunji. He got hurt. So hopefully he recovers in speedy fashion, speedy recovery. So yeah, that's about it, man. But guys, you know exactly what to do. Subscribe, press the alarm bells for future content notifications. Like and comment your way. Let me know your thoughts about the game and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some negative comments, some positive ones. It is what it is. Go check socials, share this, and hopefully you're good wherever you are. I'm going to bounce. Take care. See you guys. Why is this not ending?